Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
All right. I love it when that lady gives us the introduction there. I think she does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Our studio audience with the applause right on cue, they did a great job too.
She doesn't sound like a robot at all.
Welcome to Both Mics.
Hey guys, Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. That over there is Mr. Michael Safka.
And that over there, the not fuzzy guy, is Michael Taylor. And welcome to Both Mics. What show are we
Welcome
on
to show number 73 of Both Mics, heard everywhere podcasts can be heard. iHeartRadio, live every Friday night on twitch.tv/bothmics. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Podbean. Find us on Facebook. Find us on MyFace. You name it. We're there. We're like dirt. We're everywhere.
Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time on twitch.tv/bothmics or on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're watching video, no, I'm not fucking Santa Claus, but I do play Santa Claus, so I'll get to that more later. So,
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Yes. I got the real beard. This ain't no shit. I dyed my beard. I did this last year, and it worked out, and it was good, and I had fun. And
Cool.
You know, hey, nothing impacts you when you're visiting with a kid and they're probably 7 or 8, and they're asking you if you can bring them a house so her and her mommy have a place to live.
Yeah. I guess, that could be a real tearjerker.
Or when they're all adults, the kids are 17 and 18, and they're with mom and dad on their couch virtually visiting with you, and they're crying because this is mom's last Christmas.
Way to bring it down, bud.
Yeah, it fucking breaks right on this bitch.
Wow. Yeah, dude.
So
I'll tell you, having, my oldest was born in 87 and my daughter was born in 90. And I wasn't around a lot to see them grow up. I was working a full-time job and working a second job more than I was not working a second job. At times, I even had a third job.
Right. No, I hear you.
And also being younger and less mature, you just try to get through the day, through the week, through the year.
Yep.
And you don't really try to, you dream about the future and how things are going to be, but you don't live in the moment.
Yeah.
When you're young and you have kids. And I was like, oh, it's great to have kids.
Right.
I'm young enough. I was 19, 20 years old when my son was born. I'm young enough to remember what it was like to be that age, so I can relate better with them. We had the same. Michael and I had the same kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, I've had that.
How's that for freaky? And excuse me. And being now in my 50s and having a 2-year-old, his birthday was yesterday, and a 4-year-old. His birthday's in 3 weeks. He'll be 4. It is completely different. Completely. It's unbelievable how you think about things. And I felt strange bringing another child into this world because, 4 years ago, this world was a crazy, it was unbelievable how screwed up things were.
Oh, so it's gotten a whole lot better recently here.
No.
Right?
And it's crazier in a different way, so it's like, we doing the right thing, bringing people into this world the way it is, and blah blah blah. And I spend so much more time with them, and it's totally different, bizarre and strange and awesome all at the same time.
Yeah.
How the hell? Santa. That's how we got on the subject. Right. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a way. I'll have a discount code and a way you can get in touch with me to do virtual Santa visits if you want, or in person at your event or home or what have you. So.
Awesome. Yeah, for what I saw last year online, it was awesome, people. So look them up.
Yeah, all my personal visits from last year have reached out to me and contacted me and rebooked already. So
wow.
Then I got a virtual schedule that's basically ding the dong till Christmas. So, I can get you in there. Just let me know. Reach out to me and I'll set you up. So, anyway, I want to talk about this first thing here. and I don't know, I guess not a lot of people, we've talked about this once, but this is La Palma. This is an active volcano, and this has been going off for like the past month or so. This is in the Canary Islands.
Oh, okay. We're back at the Canary Islands.
The La Palma erupted on September 19th, 2021, and it's still looking like that.
Wow.
It's gotten so bad that the locals are pissed off that this has now become a tourist attraction in itself. People are showing up to see how close they can get to the volcano in their picture, in their selfie, and post it on social media. But you don't hear about this event very much from the media, and I find that very curious.
So people are flying and spending money and paying for hotels and for car rentals and at the airport and food and lodging.
But most of the places on lockdown.
Stuff about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I get it, but for people, I guess they don't. I guess when they see people doing their selfies and social media, and they're thinking, "Yeah, motherfucker, you're gonna get on a plane in a day and be the fuck out of here. I gotta live with this shit." So I get it.
Wasn't there one of those conspiracy butthole guys on YouTube like a month or two ago talking about how there's going to be how the Canary Islands are going to sink into the Atlantic Ocean?
Oh, and the wave. Yeah, we're supposed to
create a 3,000-foot tsunami, and it's going to be 3,000 feet there, but by the time it gets to Miami, it's going to be 300 feet high, and it's going to like wash out the entire state of Florida.
Yeah, for as many conspiracy people as I hear, and I do listen to everything, I'm going to do, being I have the beard now, I'm going to do a thing called Santa on Science. It's going to happen. It's going to come out, okay? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to disprove global warming physically. I'm going to have a physical experiment right in front of me. And I don't know, I'm fucking Santa Claus. I live up there at the North Pole. There's more fucking ice at the North Pole than there's ever been in measured history right now. But they changed global warming to climate change because they realized that they can't sell global warming anymore, so they're going on climate change. But I'll get to that stuff another time. I don't mean to be argumentative with anybody, but that's my opinion, and I'm going to prove my opinion is right. So, anyway. Sorry, went on a little rant there. Sorry.
It's all good. So, Canary Islands falling into the Atlantic. News
so
at 10.
you want to go over there, Mike? You want to check it out?
Yeah, it sounds cool. The Canary Islands. It sounds exotic.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
No.
There's volcanoes in Iceland. There's an active volcano in Hawaii. There's whatever. There's freaking how many active volcanoes are there?
There's active volcanoes in fucking Yellowstone National Park. They're just not erupting. There's a lot of ground stuff that happens. There's a lot of geysers and springs and shit that looks great. Looks like you want to jump into it. Looks like a hot tub. It's like 1,000 degrees and shit. So anyway.
How many active volcanoes are there? Let's see. 1,350. Are all these in the Canary Islands? Is that why people are pissed?
No, but I want to know how many. There's a difference between being active and erupting. That's a different thing, dude. Because it can be active because it could show signs of activity. It could show smoke. It could show off heat. It could do all these things.
Not, in the end of this paragraph, it says about 500 of those 1,350 volcanoes have erupted in historical time.
There you go.
The historical time is a couple hundred years, couple thousand years.
No, it's the end times. We're in the end times. Didn't you read Revelations?
Whatever. No. But 500 of those, yeah. So are even if 50% of these were in the Canary Islands, which would be 50 active volcanoes, people are fucking weird.
No, but I will tell you, if the Yellowstone volcano system fully erupts, we're all fucked. Even in Florida here, dude, we're fucked. Because it's going to release such a cloud that it could cover the entire United States. And then once you get that cloud, not only is air travel disabled, but breathing can be a problem. All this solar stuff that people are getting into, that's going to be a problem.
Right.
Radio and television transmission, regular radio waves, that's going to be a problem. I mean, there's just so many problems that can come with this. So I'm trying to get back to you. I was in Yellowstone in the late 80s. I'm trying to get back there 2 more times so I can enjoy it as an adult. My wife hasn't been, but I want to go in the summer and the winter. Have you ever been?
I've been as close as the Black Hill Mountains and Mount Rushmore. But no, I've never
that's
actually.
South Dakota. That's a million miles
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of close,
Closer than you are now, yes. I get
right.
it.
But yeah.
No, but that's bad news for everybody if that thing erupts. So I'm thinking if I go there, that's when it's going to erupt. It's going to ruin my trip. So I'll let you know when I'm going there so you know when it's going to erupt. How about that?
Yeah. Just make sure you get the insurance like you did on your concert tickets.
Yeah, I just want to be there again because when I was there, I've told this story before. People are stupid. They think everything's a friggin' Disney World. They're putting their kid on top of a bison to get a picture. And every year, some kid gets gored because they're putting their kid on a bison. I'm surprised you can get that close to a bison. I mean, I've been close. I've been within feet of a bison. But, I was minding my business. He was minding his. And we were both wary and we both departed. I didn't go over to pet him.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't stick my thumb in his ass and take his temperature.
Exactly. It's like, how do people die because, skiing? Well, because they go skiing. Don't go fucking skiing.
Why I haven't jumped out of a perfectly good airplane yet.
Right.
I don't want on my tombstone to say that,
Right. I've made it this far without skiing. I think I'm good. Surfing, yeah. No shark bites for me. I'm good. Thanks.
Surfing I've done and I'll do again. I don't mind that. But yeah, I get it. Sometimes I'm, overcautious with that shit. I've seen big sharks up close in the water.
You're not going surfing ever again in your entire life, Mike.
I might do surfing as Santa here. I might dress up like Santa and go out there and get on a fucking surfboard.
You're on your surfboard and you're paddling out. You turn around. Yes. You're getting ready. Here comes the wave. And now you have to jump up into a stance from laying flat on your belly.
I probably have one left in me. Just one.
One.
Then I'm going to realize it hurts too fucking bad and not want to do it again.
And it has to be early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because by noon, that's not going to happen come noon.
I have to medicate. I have to get all prepared. Yeah, no, not good. Not good. Yeah. So
you need your walker.
We've been away for a week, but one thing that hasn't gone away is one of my favorite things here. And of course, I'm talking about the alien update.
Looking alien! Where? Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for Earth people.
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien too, but I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
Yeah, Zuckerberg's a fucking alien, dude. I'm sorry. He is. We've been through this before, I know. But he's a fucking reptoid, whatever they call him. That's what he is. I could just see the skin peeling off him and the lizard guy coming out. Big forked tongue. Yeah. So anyway, we talk about the alien update. If you're first time hearing this is when we're talking about guys like Bezos, Musk, Branson, Gates, all these guys that got more money and more power, and they're changing our culture, our society. And out of the 7 billion people on the planet, I'm not going to buy that these 6 or 7 are much smarter than too many others. So I'm calling them out. They're a friggin' alien. And here we go. Here's the first one right here. Jeff Bezos. Okay.
What happened?
He's always in the news. You know why he's in the news again? Because he's still got his panties in a friggin' wad over this Blue Origin thing. He already lost the lawsuit that he had, okay?
Right, yeah.
NASA lawsuit because he lost it out to SpaceX, which is his, what do you call that? Antagonist in this story here is our boy Elon Musk. So after this failed lawsuit, he raised over $3 billion in lunar, he's going to cover lunar lander costs of up to $3 billion for NASA, because the contract that they have right now with SpaceX, which isn't final for some reason, they have a contract, but they haven't initiated it, I guess. SpaceX has a $2.9 billion contract under the agency's Human Landing System Program, or HLS. So Bezos has outbid him at this point. So now what they're doing is they're opening it up to more bidding again. NASA's trying to get all the money. Bezos is back in the game.
Unreal.
So, see, the first deal he had was he was only going to cover 1/3 of that money. And U.S. federal judge Richard Hertling, in the court's opinion, released a thing saying that Blue Origin's effort to conduct public relations negotiations after the award in the context of its bid protest is insufficient to support a finding of prejudice. In other words, he doesn't have any standing. There's no reason for that. So that's why the lawsuit got tossed. But he bought enough time to understand he needs more money, and that's what he's doing. He's got private funding to go over $3 billion.
Wow.
I wish I had that fuck you money.
Right? Well, how about 1%? I'll take 1% of that.
Yeah, just write out the check, dude. Oh, it has to be to a charity. Okay. It's the college fund of my kids. Let me give you their names and email address. Come on. We talk about, and Bill Gates is such a friggin' philanthropist, right? Bullshit. Stop.
Yep.
You should see some of the shit he donates to. It ain't common folk. It ain't us.
Out of the left pocket and putting it into the right pocket.
Yeah, pretty much. So Apple is in the news here. They're in our alien update as well. Apple has changed its mind on your ability to repair, or they're calling it right to repair, on Apple devices. In other words, there's a lot of technical people out there. My wife does it all the time. She'll crack open a computer, add some more RAM, whatever, I guess they don't want you doing this. They want you to go to Apple and get the Apple geeks to look at your shit. I'm not an Apple guy. I don't know, but...
Right. Same here.
Now they're saying, you can work on your own shit now and not void out, the Apple product warranty or whatever.
Well, for the longest time, they came out with a different charger for iPhones.
On purpose.
On purpose, of course. And if you, like Brenda, my wife, bought some chargers and some charging cords off of Amazon. And for the longest time, I don't know if you could see them.
Yeah, they're braided.
For the longest time, she was unable to use them because the phone wouldn't recognize it as a Apple device.
Wow.
So, they wanted you to buy your charging cords and all
From
that
them.
from Apple themselves.
Wow.
And something happened. I don't know if there was a lawsuit or what the deal was, but all of a sudden they started working. And for a while there, she couldn't use non-Apple crap to charge her damn phones.
Crazy, dude.
Yep.
Crazy. Well, that's how they make that money. I get it. I get it.
It's smart business move. But hey,
They said it was basically an extension of a program the company launched last year, and I guess it was because of COVID and everything. It started by providing parts and training to third-party repair shops that met Apple's qualifications. Obviously, this isn't the same as making it easy for anyone to do repairs, but opening up access means the repair landscape for Apple's products has changed significantly in the past couple years. So I think the right to repair thing is probably a good thing for Apple. I don't know. I could crack open the end of that. I could crack open somebody's skull. It'll look the same to me. It's all shit I don't know about. I mean, I could fix something on a car maybe, but yeah, the computer shit. You can touch something. You can open your shit up and touch something and fry the whole thing out because you're not grounded properly or whatever.
Right.
Exactly. I know if I open the hood of my car even today and I take the oil filter off, my engine's not going to fall apart. So I mean, there's a difference there.
Yep.
Anyway. Do you remember seeing the original Ghostbuster movie back in the day? I guess it was in the 80s?
Yeah. Was it Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, somebody else?
Harold Ramis, John Candy.
Annie Potts.
Yeah.
Annie Potts from the movie, one of my favorite movies, Corvette Summer.
So I think 5 years ago or so, they came out with a reboot of the Ghostbusters, but it was an all-women team. Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar with it.
I didn't see it. Just from the attraction, I was like, it's going to ruin it for me.
There's a new one that came out last night, or is it tonight?
There is. There's a new one, and there's a picture of Paul Rudd, the timeless Paul Rudd. See, he looks the same to me in the 80s or 90s as he does in the 20s here to me. So
Right. He was on Friends. That's what I know him from.
he's a freaking alien. He's in this picture. If you're watching us live on twitch.tv/bothmics or YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Twitter or whatever, he's holding up a what did they call that thing? That's how they like catch the ghost and put him in a little thing, right?
Yeah, the ghost catcher upper thing of a bop.
Don't cross the streams and land them in the thing and then close the lid and.
Yep. Yeah. I've seen this trailer came out over a year ago because I think this movie was supposed to come out last year, and I was amazed at the different point of view that this movie is taking, or this movie took. With the Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman, is that the character's name? I'm thinking of Alan Rickman. I don't know.
Reitman.
Yeah, but the doctorish guy, the third guy,
Victman, maybe. Victman.
Yeah, the not the Bill Murray character, not the Dan Aykroyd
Harold
character,
Ramis character.
Third guy with the glasses.
Harold Ramis.
I think his grandson or something in the storyline that the grandson finds something and opens up this whole can of worms of the Ghostbusters, which was obviously set back in New York City. But it looks really good. And this is one. There's very few movies I want to go actually to the movie theater and see. And this is one of them. But
Sigourney
I doubt
Weaver
that's going to happen
as well. Rick Moranis.
Of course. Is Andy Potts in it again?
I didn't. No, I'm talking about the old one here.
The old one.
I don't see the name Annie Potts, but I know who that is. I'm familiar with her. So yeah, I know
she was
in it.
Yeah, she was the secretary.
Yeah.
In the fire department office place.
I thought it was a cool movie when it first came out. I couldn't see the
it was
reboot.
great. I saw it in the theater back in, was it 84? The sequels weren't as good, obviously, but.
Well, this is in my understanding, this is really the first sequel. The other one was a reboot. Or was there
Ghostbusters?
Was there a Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah.
I don't remember that for some reason.
Yeah, well, it was that era of being 21 and not going to movies that were corny.
No, I get it. And then but I am interested in seeing this one. I really am. It looks like they could have done this one right. It was I think, like you said, it was supposed to be released last year, but there was COVID and all that stuff. Let me see here.
Yeah, it opened tonight. Not to date our podcast, but it's
right.
No,
that's what it is. Well, go catch it. Is it streaming, or do you have to see it in theaters, or do you know?
It's only in theaters. Yeah.
All right, I have a way to get
it. Yep, and it looks like a new Spider-Man's coming out. Look at IMDb here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. So this is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters came out in 1984. The chick one came out in 2016. Ghostbusters 2 came out in 1989.
Ah.
Yeah, so we were busy. We were too busy rocking out to hair metal. Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts,
Harold Ramis also did with Bill Murray the Stripes movie where they joined the army together.
That's a fact.
Jack, that's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, I said John Candy in Ghostbusters. I was thinking
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd, and John Candy was in Stripes. Okay.
Yes, right. With Bill Murray.
And Rick Moranis was the original Ghostbuster guy too. That was cool.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever seen him in a movie.
Oh, I was familiar with his stuff from Second City and Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. I was into that. They have he did a couple characters with another guy from Second City, and they were like Canadian dudes, and they liked Rush because they were a Canadian band, and they put out a song, "Take Off," take off the Great White North. Then they had some movie where they're playing, the big hockey guys, but the beer distributors have this weird thing going on, and they investigate, and they were called
Strange Brew.
Bob and Doug McKenzie were the characters' names. The McKenzie brothers. Yeah, Strange Brew. Yeah, that movie, Strange Brew. Yeah. Wow.
He was in one of my all-time favorite movies, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yeah. Wasn't he in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, too?
Yes, he was the dad in that series of movies. But yeah, Spaceballs.
Yeah, I like seeing that guy.
I'm a log. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Now is one of my favorite parts of the show here. We're going to talk about getting off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Not in this lifetime, Sonny. Well, I think you're an overeducated 27-year-old version. There's a Mexican, a Jew, and a colored guy go into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." Get off my lawn. Used to stack fucks like you 5 feet high in Korea. Use you for sandbags. Can't you people just leave me alone? Get off my lawn. You'd think the cold would keep all the idiots out. What are all you fish heads looking at anyway? Get off my lawn. You people...
All right, so I love Clint Eastwood when he's all that "get off my lawn" from Gran Torino. I love that shit. I just do.
So what's in the "get off my lawn" mailbag for today?
Very interesting cold case from 1996.
Wow. Okay.
This dude killed a guy. Florida man, of course. That always is Florida man. This is according to FoxNews.com, so it must be true. Florida man arrested in cold case murder through DNA on a beer can. A Florida man has been arrested in connection to the bloody murder of a convenience store manager who was stabbed 73 times in 1996.
Exploring the heart of historic Europe with Viking, you'll get...
Don't need that commercial playing. Store manager was stabbed 73 times in 1996. This guy was finally arrested after DNA from a discarded beer can linked him to the cold case, investigators say. Kenneth Stowe Jr., 54, was taken into custody in Lake County on Tuesday, more than 25 years after the murder of 31-year-old Terrence Paquette. Orange County Sheriff John Mina told reporters at a press conference today. Paquette was found dead on the morning of February 3rd, 1996, inside the bathroom of the Little Champ convenience store in northwest Orange County. Mina described the scene as very gruesome. Paquette had been stabbed 73 times and his throat slit. Pools of blood stained the floors and walls in photos shown by the sheriff's office. The cash deposit from the store was also missing. While homicide detectives working a crime scene in 96 had discovered the blood of an unknown individual inside the store, Mina said at the time there was no way to make an arrest based on blood evidence without comparing it to another blood sample, and the case went cold. In 2003, the blood evidence was entered into a database, but no matches were found. The case remained cold until the sheriff's cold case unit reopened the investigation in 2019. Using a droplet of the unknown individual's blood recovered from the handle of a freezer, forensic genealogist with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement in 2021 determined the blood came from one of 3 brothers. Detectives focused on Stahl, who they said had worked at the convenience store for some time before Paquette. Detectives also said Stahl lived in an apartment across the street from Paquette in 1996 and would frequent the store. Crazy, huh? 25 years later, they get this guy.
Unreal.
This is what happens when your sister or somebody fucking does one of those
20
DNA. Yeah, don't do that shit. Well,
nope.
Did you kill anybody? What are you worried about? No, I don't want the government having my shit.
Well, not just that. What if you blew your nose and like the tissue is at the scene of a crime?
Yeah, now you're a suspect all of a sudden. No, I don't need that. No. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Exactly.
No. But it just goes to show you, 25 years later. And this goes on to say, while none of Paquette's family was living to receive the news of the arrest, detectives informed his friends about the breakthrough in the 25-year case. I think it's important to remind our public once again, remind our survivors and the families of all our victims out there that we never ever forget about these cases, Sheriff Minas said.
Unreal. So I'm guessing that the guy on the left there, the dark hair, is the manager, or is the same guy 25 years later?
He's the killer. Hang on a second here. I'm assuming that's Paquette there next to him, Terrence Paquette next to him. It doesn't say in the photo tag from where I got it, but they mentioned both men's name in the caption, so I'm assuming that's him on the right. Crazy,
looks that way. Unreal. Yeah,
73 times, dude.
That's messed up, man. That takes a while.
There's some anger there,
right?
Even if you did one stab a second, that's over 1 minute of fucking stabbing somebody repeatedly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit here and count 73 stabs. It'd probably take a couple minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
And do you feel all 73 stabs, or are you checked out at 37 and you're dead? I mean...
Yeah. Probably so. Unreal.
Yeah. All right. Well, the gore's behind us here. All right, so I'm done with the get off my lawn stuff. This next thing isn't a get off my lawn stuff, but it's going to be controversial for some people, and you're just going to have to fucking deal with it. This is Kyle Rittenhouse, and he was found not guilty today that we record this episode here. 500 National Guardsmen have been deployed to Kenosha because Kyle Rittenhouse has been acquitted of all charges in the 2020 Kenosha shooting. So no matter where you stand on this is just another bad situation for that town in Wisconsin that they're going to have to deal with more shit now.
All right. I have no idea. I would be a great person for this jury because I have no clue what this is about.
Oh, well, let me break it down for you, and I'll give you the real version. I'm not going to give you the shit that you're going to get on the regular news because mainstream news is a fucking joke. And whoever watches mainstream news for their news is a fucking idiot. Do your own research and find your own shit because they're lying to you. Every fucking thing is a lie. I can show you broadcasts of news from around the country on the same date, the same time, with the exact same fucking script as what they're reading. Don't tell me that in San Diego they're reporting the same type of fucking news in Miami and it's word for word the fucking same. Don't tell me that.
All the stations are owned by the same people. Why would you have somebody write the same story for Chicago as they do in San Diego? You have one guy in South Dakota write it for the entire country.
Yeah.
This way they're paying one copy person to take care of it. And they just send it to the different stations that
That's
they own.
how they stay on message. That's how they keep the lies straight. So check this out. This is according to CBSLocal.com in Chicago. Chicago.cbslocal.com. Rittenhouse broke into tears, nearly collapsing as a court clerk announced the jury had found him not guilty of all charges. He had faced 5 counts, including charges of first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree reckless endangerment, first-degree intentional homicide, and attempted first-degree homicide. He faced up to life in prison if found guilty. Now, here's the deal. This is a kid. He was 17 years old. Right. He had a friend of his that owned this property, this mall, whatever, the store, whatever. He mentioned to his friend that he could come up there because they were having all those riots in there and they were just fucking breaking into places. You know, if you ask some of the politicians, though, it was a summer of peace and love. That those riots weren't going on. None of that happened. That's myth, is what they say. They say that now. This fucking video of this guy getting attacked by somebody and in self-defense he fucking shoots him, so he gets up for murder, 5 counts. Well, you saw what happened. He got set free. So pretty much I disagree with some of the situation. First of all, he was 17 and he had a weapon he wasn't supposed to have. Right. If you're 17, what the fuck are you doing in another state firing your weapon at somebody? Why did you put yourself in that bad situation? You know, I mean, you put yourself there. I get it, but so anyway, the people started to try to attack this property he was protecting. He showed his presence with the gun. Apparently, people were getting close to him, trying to start a fight. Somebody grabbed the barrel of the gun and he ended up shooting that guy. Ended up like blowing the guy's arm off, basically. And then 2 others ran. I think he shot again at somebody else. Long story short, he ends up trying to flee the scene, but get where the cops are coming because they had blocked off like this area of Kenosha that was under fire. I mean, literally, there were people throwing bottles and windows and shit in the summer of peace and love. And it's a myth. It's not real. But there's fucking video of it happening live on TV. So he ends up walking down toward where the cops are, gets on his knees and puts his hands up, puts his hands behind his back, and lets them arrest him because he knows. What's he gonna do? Fucking run? Now he's a bad guy too. So he fucking told his story. In a risky move in this case, they put him on the stand as a defense witness. Usually in cases like this, it's my understanding you don't want to do that because, well, you could incriminate yourself somehow with just saying something a certain way. So I get the pluses and minuses. I get people are going to say I'm fucking racist probably for bringing this up or fucking rooting for the fact that I'm racist for everything, folks. I'm the problem. Mm-hmm.
The 17-year-old kid was white. Mm-hmm. The people that were shot, what color were they? White also?
It doesn't matter. They were representing Antifa and BLM. They were full on representing them.
Okay. So, well, I couldn't tell because I looked at the names and I read the article that you're pertaining to now. And usually by reading the names, you can tell, their ethnicity.
Jefferson, Washington, Jackson,
Jones, Johnson,
Smith, Johnson. You got to understand, most of BLM and most of Antifa, no skin color, man. They're clear, they're see-through, they're transparent. Most of them are whiter than me. They're fucking pasty gangsta.
Okay.
No, that's the truth, dude.
It wasn't a racial thing, a racial angle that was trying to be played in the court?
But they try to play it up like that. And they try to, in the fake news and the mainstream media, they, the fucking idiots that are following along with that program getting brainwashed is most of the country. Most of the country watches all the fake news. They don't watch the real shit. They can't think for their fucking selves. They have a fucking thing right here where they can find all the information in the world, but not on mainstream media. It's in your hand all the time. What are you doing? All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. Derailing the show again. Sorry. I know.
Well, the way I look at it is there was 12 people on the jury that were convinced, that he didn't do it. He did it in self-defense. If you convince 12 people of that, then it wasn't a hung jury. So
he did face a misdemeanor charge, the count of possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. And that had appeared to be the most likely way he was going to be found guilty of anything, because he was only 17 when he carried the AR-15 rifle in Kenosha on August 25th, 2020, and used it to shoot 3 men, killing 2 of them during a chaotic night of protests in Kenosha. So, I mean, I get it. Defense attorneys argued that Wisconsin state law has an exception that would allow 17-year-olds to openly carry firearms if they are not short-barreled rifles with a barrel of less than 16 inches and an overall length of less than 26 inches. Basically, it didn't fit the guidelines, so he was able to carry, and that basically got thrown out. So that's why he wasn't even found guilty of the misdemeanor that I thought he might have been guilty of.
Wow.
Anyway, this is going to take. You're going to hear all the lamestream politicians out there talking about gun laws, and they should take away guns from everybody, and you should have to go to like a year long of classes to own a gun and work for a federal agency that requires you to carry a gun and all this other horse shit. The bottom line is this: it doesn't matter. If you take away guns from everybody, guess who's going to have guns? If you outlaw all guns, only outlaws are going to fucking have guns. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Archie Bunker said it best. When they're getting on the plane and you got to walk through the metal detector to see if you have a gun, fuck that. Do it the other way. Hand everybody a gun when they get on a plane. You won't see one motherfucker get out of line. Trust me. All right.
Right. But then you'll have stupid people poking holes in the fucking airplane. Yeah, because you can't fix stupid. You got to remember that.
You are correct. You are correct. All right. So, do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
All right. Well, after 11 weeks of testimony, according to CNN.com, so this must be true.
Is that the chick?
We've talked about her before, Elizabeth Holmes. The prosecution's rested in this case here.
She told people that she invented something.
Yep.
Like a cure for something.
A new way to test blood in a company called Thernos. She's a Stanford University dropout who founded this company called Thernos in 2003 at the age of 19. She had a lofty mission of revolutionizing blood testing. She's facing 9 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The government alleges she knowingly misled doctors, patients, and investors about her company's blood testing capabilities in order to take their money. She's now 37, faces up to 20 years in prison, as well as a fine of $250,000 plus restitution for each count of wire fraud and each conspiracy count. She's pled not guilty. The prosecution has already paraded out 29 witnesses in 11 days.
Wow.
So check this out. She was telling people, she's told people, oh yeah, you have HIV. They didn't have HIV. She's told people, it was so opposite. But she kept lying to people. When they would try to get money out of investors and so forth, she was the pitch person. There was no in-between guy. So there was no checks and balances. There was no need to see the peer-reviewed medical studies of what she had supposedly done, because the only person that was entitled to all that information was her, and she never displayed it and got around it and got money from people anyway.
Yeah.
It was all bullshit.
I heard that there's actually another company out there that has actually done what she said she did.
Okay.
Yeah, like a recent thing I heard about, and yeah, like obviously whatever she was saying she could do, she couldn't do, but there's another company out there that actually can do what she said she could do. So it's interesting. I'd like to know how that's going to pan out.
She told one lady who was a witness in this. Jurors heard from 3 patients. One was falsely told she was miscarrying after a Thernos test when in fact her pregnancy was viable. Another was told she had HIV antibodies when previous and subsequent tests by other labs indicated she did not. So there's millions of lawsuits that people are just never going to get money from this lady. There's probably a bunch of people who need to sue her that will be way the fuck back in the line of getting anything from her.
Right.
Fucking crazy. That company once had a $9 billion valuation.
Amazing.
Think about that. You drop out of college. You have to be smart to get into Stanford, okay? You have to. Okay. You drop out of Stanford, you open this company, and within a few years, your company's worth over $9 billion with a B. I think she got caught up in a lie and just kept going.
Yep. Too much of an ego to take the back seat on it.
Well, she didn't have to not lie to get the money. The more she lied, the more money they wrote the check for.
Right.
Fucking crazy, dude. You know, and it makes you wonder sometimes. It's like, man, I have a deviant stream in me. I could have done some shit like, no, I'm not doing that shit. That's just fucking extreme. You're fucking with people's lives, dude. You can't do that.
Exactly.
Even I have a moral or two. Fuck. All right, so did you watch the lunar eclipse this morning?
No.
Neither did I. You know why? I was setting the alarm, dude.
It was like 4 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, I was setting the alarm, and I was up till 2 anyway. I was gonna check it out. Cloud cover, boy. Cloud cover everywhere.
It wasn't this morning. It was actually yesterday, I think. Somebody actually posted on Facebook. Yeah, I stayed up and I watched the solar eclipse.
Nice.
What? Do you mean lunar eclipse?
Did you ask that same friend on Facebook to recount the time Poland went to the sun, but they changed their mind? They couldn't go because it was at night?
Yeah.
I know. I got bad jokes.
Ba-dum-bum.
Anyway, this lunar eclipse, the pictures I've seen, there's pictures all over the internet. People had a less clouded vision. It was visible throughout most of the world, and definitely in the United States here. I guess in non-cloudy areas, you were able to get good pictures for about 2 hours. They say that this is the longest lunar eclipse in recorded history by a couple hundred years, I guess. And I don't know all the ins and outs of that. I don't know the minutes and seconds and all that shit, but
I think we discussed this like 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
That's the longest in history. And it ended up being, what, 23 seconds longer than any other eclipse?
I think you're right, now that I recall. Sorry, I had too much hops and bong resin floating through my head from Rockville.
Like I said 2 weeks ago, so flippin' what?
Right?
It's not like, it was an extra hour, 23 seconds. Okay.
Hey, they still won. They're the winners. Congratulations. Yay.
They're, lunar eclipses are so overrated. Big deal. It's, whatever.
Well, it's hard to get a good picture. First of all, you have to make sure you have a tripod. Second of all, you have to have a good enough camera to get a good picture. And then, third of all, the exposure is real long as well.
It's a picture of the freaking moon.
I know.
Big deal.
Well, it's also a beaver moon and a blood moon and all. Okay, great. It's a different color.
Okay, whatever.
When they said beaver moon, I thought they should have got Buc-ee's to sponsor the lunar.
I was just thinking, as when you think of beaver, I automatically think of Buc-ee's. My 3-year-old has a stuffed animal of Buc-ee Beaver. It's his favorite stuffed animal is Buc-ee Beaver.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing, because your kids are young enough where they're always going to know about Buc-ee's. When was the first time you heard about Buc-ee's?
When I moved to Texas, I saw somebody with a Buc-ee shirt on. I'm like, why does that guy?
40?
2010, so let's say 11 years ago, I was 43 years old.
Okay. Your kids are always going to know the world with Buc-ee's in it. You had to wait 43 friggin' years.
Yeah. And
can you imagine being a little kid going into a store like Buc-ee's? Jesus, it's like Disneyland.
It's like a mailman going for a walk on his day off. It's no big deal.
You're right, exactly.
What do you mean all gas stations aren't like this?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to 7-Eleven?
Yeah, but those small-time gas stations had a lot to offer, as a teenager. You could tell, I could go back up to the guy that had my fake ID. I was 17 or 16 or 15 or however old I was, and I'd be like, hey, man, you seem to be out of Bush suitcases there. Mind if I just grab one out of the cooler? Buddy, I chugged 3 or 4 beers in a cooler. Get a couple cases of beer, fly out there. Yeah, dude, you couldn't do that at a Buc-ee's, could you? Go in the beer cooler and chug beer? No. They're on to you. This was before cameras and closed-circuit TV and shit like that. Did you ever drink a beer in a convenience store?
In one? No.
They don't let you. It's against the law. I mean, you're not even allowed to drink one on the property.
Right. No. Yeah. I get myself a big gulp cup. And you can put about 3 beers in a big gulp cup.
No, I learned it from my friend because he said, I'll get the beers. And so I'm going to pay for them. So I was getting chips or whatever else I was grabbing. And he's in there. I'm looking. I can't see him. I can't find him. I open up the cooler. He's got a 40 to his mouth. He's fucking chugging the beer. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm up here tap dancing, covering for you. Give me that. That was how that went down. Yeah, that was crazy, dude. That's crazy stuff. Yeah, you couldn't do that. Nowadays, they're locking the coolers at the Wawa on the corner here because people are stealing beers. So
right. Well, I told you once. I think I might have mentioned it to you. Guy I worked with, we used to go to the pizza place down at the other end of the strip mall by the supermarket we worked at, and we'd go in there and there'd be literally 10 people online. So he'd go in the cooler. They had to reach in. He'd grab a beer and he'd drink it. He'd go back to the cooler, put the bottle in, grab another bottle.
At least he wasn't littering. I mean,
He'd drink that one. He'd put that one back and grab a third one, and then put it on the counter for and get his 2 slices of pizza and his beer.
Perfect.
during lunch at work. Fucking unbelievable. This guy, he's dead now. He's probably about 10 years older than us, but he's dead now. And we used to have to let him take a break, take his lunch and his 15-minute break, because that was enough time for him to be able to go from Rockland County, New York, get on the Palisades Parkway, get into the city, get his fix, and come back.
Wow.
Yeah, and he used to have to take it early in the morning because he was worthless before he went, but he did the work of 5 people when he came back.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know, there's a famous story about that. There's goes back to Civil War times. General Sherman was an alcoholic, supposedly. They said that you know, he would drink a lot of like whiskey. That was what he drank, and he drank a shit ton of it. And he always had a case in his little office tent or whatever. And some people would complain about him, and it got high enough where it reached President Lincoln, and Lincoln said, "Find out what brand he's drinking and send him another case." I mean, the guy was winning. You know, what do you want me to do? Oh, I stop all this winning. It's just like nowadays on TV, you know. Oh, the guy was on steroids. Well, all right. Can I shoot him up some more? I mean, fuck it.
Right.
I still think they should have a league like that, a NFL or a baseball league where everything's legal.
Right? Let's juice everybody up. We want to see every hit needs to be a home run.
Think of a pay-per-view. I mean, Christ. We're bringing in the 6'4", 390-pound guy who can run a 4.2 40.
We're gonna show this 95-yard field goal at every angle.
Yes. No, I think a lot of drugs do impede your performance and your ability to perform and your mental awareness. But I mean, you could go back to the who was the psycho guy with the yellow wristbands?
Armstrong.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong. He had the blood doping thing. Like a lot of Olympic athletes, what they do is they take out your blood and they just suck out the red platelets, and they inject you back later on with more red platelets, and you have a lot more energy, and you can do a lot of things. Your muscles get recovery a lot quick. They don't get tired as fast.
Wow.
Crazy. So, yeah, they got caught with that.
What do they call that? Blood doping?
Blood doping, yeah, that was the whole thing that took him down. And, you know, I was one of those guys. I didn't wear one of those yellow things on my wrist in support of him, but I was supportive of, you know, oh, this is a guy who was great in cycling, had a cancer scare, had to lose a testicle, got back on a bike and was just as good. He's got a hot wife, he's got money, he's winning the Tour de France every year for like 7 years or whatever. Yeah, I like the guy. He's like, yeah, he's like Tiger Woods. What happened to Tiger Woods? What happened to this cat?
Now, with the one testicle, do you sit lopsided on the bicycle seat?
That was a question I asked. Was there a 2-ball minimum to ride the bike? Like, did he have to get a nudicle implanted? You know, they do those on dogs, so dogs don't twist their nuts. Yeah, they have a product called nudicles, and they can take out the nuts. They cut them off, and then they put these in, so they don't cut the whole. You know, the whole thing off. They just cut off the part and they squeeze those testicles out and they put fake ones in, so the dogs don't know any difference when they're licking their own balls.
I'm gonna puke. Yeah.
Come on, you know you're jealous.
Whatever.
I was riding with a dude one day, and there was a dog on the corner there licking his balls, and I said to him, man, that's something else. And he said, yeah, man, I wish I can do that. And I said, I don't know. I think that dog bites.
But bump.
Yes.
Yeah. If I could do that, I'd never leave the house.
Yeah, right? Go get some breast implants. Complete the package. Be one of those flakos that I saw at the friggin' Rockville thing. Wackos. Dudes wearing dresses all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever floats your boat, man. Ain't gonna affect.
It's a different world.
Yeah. So what's on the calendar this weekend? What are you doing? Anything? Going anywhere?
Well, Thanksgiving's this week.
Coming up, yeah. Yeah. Week away.
New tires for the SUV.
Nice.
Probably some shopping. taking the kids to the activity center, the My Gym, as they call it.
Yeah.
And heading to Davenport for Thanksgiving to see Mom and
very nice.
my sister, my niece. And my niece has an interview tomorrow at a third-party participant restaurant that just opened up at Epcot.
Really?
Yeah. It's a restaurant that, like, you walk into this area and they take you in this elevator and you go 200 miles up above the earth. And the elevator opens up and there's a restaurant and there's all these windows and you can look down at the earth.
Wow.
And a person we know who used to be a bartender at the RFC is a manager there.
Really? Well, that's cool.
And
so did you make a call?
Well, I made a type, a direct message over there to the gentleman, and got everything hooked up. So she's got an interview. Hopefully, dude, hostess, a seater, $14.75 an hour.
If you're a server, you're getting like $8 an hour now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think still.
I was making $10 an hour at the RFC when I was waiting tables. I didn't tell too many people that I worked that deal doing all that training.
Yeah, training.
Like, well, we can't pay you that rate on days you don't do training. That's fine. I'll do training every fucking day. That's fine with me.
Right. Yeah, as a shift lead too, it was a nice little spiffit.
Yeah.
But
there were other ways of making money there. There were good ways. So is she going to get her gig, you think? Did you get confirmation?
No, I didn't get a promise or anything. Just, she got an interview. She filled out the paperwork yesterday, the day before. She got an interview tomorrow. She's
what's the name
bubbly.
of the
place? Space 220.
Really? And it's at Epcot?
Epcot, yep.
It's not open yet, or is it open?
It's been open. I think they've been having like a soft opening, but it's that time of year, It's Christmas. So, main gate pass, all that fun stuff. Be able to take the kids.
So, are you taking a whole week off for Thanksgiving or no?
No. As a holiday, I got Thursday, Friday off.
Okay, well that's all right. That's like a 5-day week. I mean, 5-day off basically. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days off.
Yeah, and we can leave early on Wednesday.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
That's not happening. Not with the freaking craziness that I deal with.
Well, we got less than 2 minutes to go here, so I want to give a shout out to my buddy Gino Losi. Go see him if you want to fish. Just GINOLOSI. Find him on YouTube. Find him all over the place. I did a piece with him on What's Hot in Florida as well. Check out my buddy Dustin Levine at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. Go see a play. Go support those people. Send them some money. Buy some advertising in their program or something like that. Anybody you're shouting out to, Mike?
Hi, Mom. That's it.
That's fine. Hey, keep your circle small, man. Keep your circle small. I thank everybody for joining us on episode 73. You'll find us back live. I think we're going to do Friday after Thanksgiving, are we, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should be home by then. We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll play it by ear. Look for us live on twitch.tv/bothmics. Until next time, see you.
Ciao.